This is Unit 6, Day 4, and we are solving rational equations. This is the second page of your notes. So we're on problem 2, and we have two denominators, x and x squared plus 2x. So the x squared plus 2x can be factored. We can factor out the GCF of x, and we have x times x plus 2. And then our least common multiple of x and x plus 2 is x times x plus 2. So we need to make all of our denominators x times x plus 2. So if we have the fraction 15 over x, that fraction is missing x plus 2. So I'm going to multiply by that, x plus 2 over x plus 2. The second fraction is missing nothing, so it stays the same. And then on the right side of the equation we have a 9, and that also is going to need a denominator of x times x plus 2, so we have to also multiply the numerator. Okay, so now that all of our denominators are the same, we can forget about them. And let's multiply the numerators. So I have 15 times x and 15 times 2. And I have 9x squared minus 7x. And here I have 9x that I can distribute to the x and to the 2. So this equals 9x squared plus 18x. Alright, so let's see. I can start by subtracting 9x squared from both sides, and all of a sudden my quadratic equation is just a linear equation, much easier to solve. So those are gone. And I'll combine some like terms so that I have 8x plus 30, and that's going to equal 18x. And now I'll subtract 8x from both sides. So I have 30 is equal to 10x, and dividing by 10, you get x equals 3. So now I need to look at my denominators, and if I plug x equals 3 into my denominator, that's x. That is not 0, so that's just fine. And if I multiply x, which is 3, if I multiply that times 3 plus 2, that's also not 0, so that's also fine. So I'm going to give my answer a check. Alright, problem 3. We have denominators of x minus 1, x plus 1, and x squared minus 1. And we're going to factor x squared minus 1 because that's the difference of squares. X minus 1 times x plus 1. So the least common multiple of my denominators is x minus 1 times x plus 1. So we're going to multiply every fraction by what it's lacking. So the first fraction is 2x plus 3 over x minus 1, and that one's missing the x plus 1. Alright, then minus, and I have 2x minus 3 over x plus 1, and this fraction is missing the x minus 1. So I'm going to multiply by x minus 1 over x minus 1, and this is equal to 10 over x minus 1 times x plus 1. So now all my denominators are the same, and I can cancel those out. Alright, and now I need to multiply my numerators, so I have to FOIL 2x plus 3 times x plus 1, and I get 2x squared plus 2x plus 3x plus 3. And then I have a minus sign. I need to remember to use that for everything that comes after it, so I'm going to put parentheses around my next expression, and this is 2x squared minus 2x minus 3x plus 3, and this equals 10. Alright, so let's see what we can do here. Let's combine like terms and simplify. So I have 2x squared plus 5x plus 3. And then I'll distribute my minus, so I have minus 2x squared. And minus a negative 5x is going to make plus 5x. And then minus 3, and this equals 10. So now 2x squared minus 2x squared cancels out, and 3 minus 3 cancels out. And I get 10x equals 10. And I'm going to divide by 10, and I get x equals 1. And now I need to plug x equals 1 into my denominators. So when I plug x equals 1 into x minus 1, that makes 0. And you cannot have 0 in your denominator. So I have to cancel this answer out and write that this problem has no solution. Alright, now number 4. We have denominators of 3x and 3x, and then the first term does not have a denominator, so it's missing that 3x. So the 1 is going to be times 3x over 3x. And then everything else gets to stay the same. X squared minus 5x minus 24 over 3x. And then this is going to equal x minus 6 over 3x. And now all my denominators are the same, so I can forget about them. And let's simplify. I have 3x plus x squared minus 5x minus 24 equals x minus 6. And 3x minus 5x is negative 2x. So we have x squared minus 2x minus 24 is equal to x minus 6. And then I need to make one side 0 because this is a quadratic equation. Alright, so we have x squared minus 3x minus 18 equals 0. And we're going to factor. So our factors are x minus 6 and x plus 3. So that means our zeros are x equals 6 and x equals negative 3. And of course, we want to check those answers to see if either of those would make your denominator equal to 0. So I'll do 3 times 6, that's not 0. And I'll do 3 times negative 3, and that's also not 0. So both of my answers work, and I can put a box around them and give myself a check, and we're all done.